What's going on, party people? It's your boy the TDA here from Be Better. I'm joined by a guest today, man like Jonathan Banerjee. Jay, thanks for coming through today. So I've got Jay with me today. He's a special guest in many ways because Jay did something that I've never known anybody to do before, and we will get into that in just a moment. I want to say, I was very honoured that Jonathan came to our classes for a little while. You know what I'm saying? I hope you took something away from our sessions that,
of course,
helped your artistic growth and all of that good stuff. I want to ask quickly, how long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing since 2015,
Nice.
around June 2015. So it's still quite recent in terms of most people, because some people start at a lot younger age.
All right, just over 4 years.
Yeah.
Nice. Why did you start?
Why did I start? I was originally inspired by two people. So one was my friend who I did a show with later in that past year, and the other is Mike Song, who is he's part of the Kinjaz, and I really enjoyed their stuff, their tutting videos, and yeah, that's what.
Nice. Do you remember your first class, or why you were like, and now I'm going to start?
Yeah, my first class was actually in Germany at Urban Dance Camp.
Sick.
And it was Salah's class.
Nice.
And
You wanted that tutting, innit?
I did want that. Well, I was hoping that the Kinjaz would be there.
Okay.
And my second ever class was Dan Martin. But in my first class, Salah, I didn't know what to wear. And
Okay.
I just rocked up in like a white t-shirt and black jeans. And Salah just singled me out. He was like, no, you can't wear that.
Oh. So what did he expect you to wear? Or what other people wear?
Well, he said because sometimes in his classes he teaches fitness.
Yeah,
so,
this is true.
Yeah, so he was probably expecting tracky bottoms and
Yeah.
and since then I've always worn more.
Okay.
I didn't know what to wear. I didn't know how to count, and so it's come a long way.
Well, have you got pictures from that day?
There's a video on Instagram. Oh, do you want the video?
Maybe afterwards we'll link to it so you can watch Jonathan's first ever dance class. White t-shirt, black jeans, and Salah turning him off.
No, it's me out of sync in doing jumping jacks. That's how bad it was.
Okay.
I was just trying to be quick, and I was trying to be quick with the jumping jacks, but
Nice.
obviously the other people were dancing on beat, and I'm just.
Right, it's all good. We're all on a never-ending journey.
Yeah.
At least that journey should never end. What is it that you what styles do you enjoy, and what is it that you enjoy about dance?
So, obviously, tutting is my ultimate style because that's what got me into dancing.
Yeah.
But relating to that, in order to get some tutting, I did some popping, and in popping, I was struggling as well. But eventually, with the teachers that we have in the UK, I'm so thankful for.
We've got dope teachers.
Yeah. And then I also went into house for a while, and I would take Frankie and Clara's class religiously, and I love the music, and they're really lovely people as well, and I think that's what I did to get foundation hip hop moves, because I was told go to these classes, go do foundation, and I hadn't heard about your class until fairly recently, and then I was just okay, I need to do some hip hop, and I've also dabbled in light feet and new style hustle as well, and I think that's
I always feel like we find stuff when we're supposed to find it.
Yeah,
and not a moment sooner. You know what I mean? If you're especially when you want to do something. I'm still discovering styles, dude. Some of my guys went and did some Chicago footwork, and I know Chicago footwork's not new, but I also know that I haven't gone and done a session and learned some stuff. And so when I'm watching people's videos doing footwork, I'm like, this is dope.
Yeah.
The hardest thing for me, I don't know if you feel the same way any of our people watching, the hardest thing for me is I love so many things,
yeah, it's hard to single.
Even
out
if you
one.
did 4
Yeah.
hours a day, didn't have anything else to do, you'd still be struggling to fit it all in. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that helped with sort of dancing every day, because when you got bored with one style, you could just go and do another style. But
Yeah.
it's hard to single out what you want to train specifically, and that's one of the things that I really struggled with, I think.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to, like, for instance, I took Crybaby Cozy's class a few times, and say if I was doing popping the whole week before that, and then I was just like, oh, I have to do some light feet, and then like the next week or so, next few days will be light feet, and then it'll probably go back to popping, because that's what I was normally used to.
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah, or hip hop.
And you've got to try and transform the body again.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice, bro. So I want to let people know the real meat of why Jonathan's joining us here today. But he did something quite unique that I have great admiration for, and I think a lot of people, whether they vocalize it or not, have a lot of admiration for this. I'm going to tell you what it is, people. So on Jonathan's Instagram, he posted a video of himself dancing every day for a year.
Yeah.
Every day.
But I do want to say it's not unique. I may have been one of the first to do that, but there are other people who are doing it. I was told before I did it that I was told that a guy who does Chicago footwork, actually, from Creation Global?
I'm not sure.
I think there's a group called Creation Global, and apparently this guy danced every day. And also, there's a guy called Kai Reese from IMD Legion.
Yep.
He's dancing every day, and he's almost there. He's like 270 something days.
Nice.
So yeah, it's not unique, but
But you did it.
but yeah, it's a big challenge.
How did you go from having a normal day to deciding you were going to do this? What was the process of in the lead up to the first day?
Okay, well, there are two things. I was having a few guests over before, like Angelica came before the challenge, and I also had Simone as well, the popper. And then I realised that I wanted to train every day, and I wanted to get better at dancing.
Yeah.
So that was the prime reason why I did it. And also, yeah, I just felt... Oh, also I had the neighbour's place to train.
Yeah.
And I think that's major key, to just have a big space to...
Get down.
Yeah, and I had to make use of that space, and I felt it was necessary to train as much as I could in there. Yeah.
All right. So day one arrives.
Yep.
What happened?
What happened? Well, I originally just posted. It was actually a light feet video. And I don't know what. There were times that I was struggling, and I would kind of regret starting the challenge, but I was just like, all right, let's do this, because I was able to meditate every day for a year before that, prior to that.
Brilliant.
And then I was just like, if I can meditate every day, why can't I dance every day?
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what ticked it over the edge.
Nice.
Just feeling like you can do one thing every day for a year. I reckon that's definitely doable. But yeah, and like you're breathing every day or at all hours, so
Yeah.
what's not to say you can't dance every day?
Nice.
Mm.
But when you posted the first video, you knew you were going to do a whole year.
Yeah, I was confident at that moment,
Yeah.
but there were times throughout the year that I wasn't confident enough to finish. Like I remember talking to you after one of your classes actually, and you said, look, it'll be really impressive if you can if you can keep going. Like, I think it was after a month or so or something like that.
Okay.
And I was just like, no, I'm struggling. Like, I'm probably just gonna end it at Christmas, and I'm not. And he was just like, no, man, you're the one who was just like, no, you got to go the whole year. So I'm actually thankful for that.
Right, it's all good. If that's the conversation that we had, then it sounds like something I would say.
Yeah.
So, more power to you, bro. More power to you, man. Tell us about some of the struggles that you had, or maybe a specific day or a specific time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you think
Okay.
you're like, that was something to say.
So day 10 or 12, I think it was either 10 or 12. That was a day when I just had a virus and I was not ready to dance that day. I couldn't even look at the screen on my phone because the lights were just giving me a headache. And also there's been other days. I feel technically, I'll be honest about this. Like, I do not feel that it's 100% valid, the challenge, because there were days that I went. I was working in a bar with my best friend.
Yep.
And afterwards we would go for drinks, and then, for instance, on day 100 exactly, I went out, and then I posted in the morning, just me doing the wave, and I was really hungover. if I'm
Okay.
honest.
But you did post a video.
Yeah, I did post a video, but it was technically the day after, and that's kind of. And I feel like when people kind of do these challenges, they're just like, I have to do this.
Did you post 2 videos that day?
I posted 2 videos that day, yeah. But I mean, it's kind of, you're not posting on the same consecutive day.
I hear you, dude.
Yeah.
But on the basis that there are probably most people on the planet that would find much less valid reasons for not posting the video or not maintaining a consistent level than working in the bar with one of your best friends, having a good night out on day 100.
Yeah, but it's a shame it was on that 100th day. Like, on one of those days you would expect to post something special, but it's just me just doing the way
I hear that. Can you tell us about any other like challenges you experienced? So the virus, did you ever have any injuries you had to overcome?
Injuries, I definitely had like knee injuries, because when you're doing house, and I think this is probably one of the reasons why I didn't do much house, is because I would have tendonitis in my right knee.
Wow.
And if I did, I would have to do an upper body day, or just do some tutting, or stuff like that. And I think also, if you go to the gym and you just go hams on a leg day, you're going to be stiff and you're not going to be that mobile afterwards. So
Yeah.
I think it's very important to just manage yourself and make sure you try and prevent injuries. So that includes obviously an ice pack, or hot and cold flannels,
Yeah.
and changing that up, taking care of it. But that's
No.
rambling on.
Dude, your worst days don't sound too bad.
There's also days where I've been lazy and
Okay.
Yeah.
But you still posted a video.
yeah.
Did
But
you
there's-
ever have a day when you were like just broke down in tears?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to go for a walk on the heath with my mum,
Yeah.
just to make sure that I can continue. Like, mentally, there are some things that you just they're just barriers. And I was also doing I'm doing an IT and computing course, and I was at the time doing 4 modules
Wow.
at Open University, and they recommend 10 hours per module per week, so that's 40 hours
Yeah.
plus a bar job plus dancing.
Yeah.
And I was it was hard to keep up.
Yeah.
It was, and they all went all over the show, really.
Okay.
Mm.
Can you tell us about any triumphs that you had over the
Triumphs?
year? I mean, you can choose any one that you think is.
Well, I really enjoyed, actually, after the term of your hip hop
Okay.
But we did a performance, like a Christmas performance,
Yeah.
and I just felt I love getting out of my comfort zone like that because, and that's why I wore a pink jumper.
Nice.
And
That was fresh.
Yeah, I just have to get out the comfort zone, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. Battles, there have been a few, but not as many as I would normally. Like I would normally just go to battle, and I hope to, but sometimes they're few and far between.
Yep.
But I really enjoyed them. Pop City was probably the biggest crowd that I've.
It was a dope event.
Yeah, it's the biggest crowd that I've danced in front of.
Shout out to Firehouse Man
Yeah.
and Gaga. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Do you remember a video that you posted and thinking to yourself, I'm going to put that out? Because you felt good about how you looked on the video, the circumstances surrounding the video, maybe it was the scenery or what you were training or what you wanted to show. Do you remember recall any particular posts that, you know?
Well, I think when I posted in my story, I preferred some of those videos because I would just subtly just catch something, and I think I preferred those, but there were one or two, but I haven't got any in my mind right now because I haven't.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, what's been your greatest discovery, either of yourself or of dance or of something during this process, during this year? I still can't get over that you've done a year. I know people do some things longer, but in this era where everything is so quick to get done and quick to get complete, yes. I salute you, bro. So, are there any discoveries that you made?
Yes, the importance of rest,
right? Definitely.
If I had a few rest days, it would have made my life a lot easier.
All right.
The importance of getting value out of the classes that you're paying for.
Okay.
Because if you take a choreo class and you don't practice the choreography, what have you learned?
Yeah.
And I think it's important that you do practice when you take class. Always practice.
Yeah.
Because you've paid for that class, and if you just let that fly, you haven't learned anything. Like if you just forget about it. So that's extremely important.
Yeah.
And also people's values and boundaries, because there were some people, there were not arguments, but there were some people that just didn't want to be filmed or they didn't want photos. So I have to respect that, because they have that status,
yeah.
And if they want to keep that status, if they just see a guy who's just posting every day, like onto Instagram, it doesn't really show much value to them. So, yeah. And I'm just like, fair enough. Like and I did have a few dancers come over to my house, and they're high-level dancers.
Nice.
But they didn't want a photo, so I literally just had to post a freestyle.
Yeah.
During those days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you felt how much do you think you've improved? And
this is a big one.
And if so, how so?
I think I have improved a lot in terms of the mind-to-body connection.
Nice.
But and I think I've tried to kind of grasp what people have taught me throughout the whole year, because I've spoken to a lot of people and I've posted with a lot of people. So it's varying, because I'm primarily focused on hip hop and popping,
right.
But I don't think my house has improved. I think my house has probably got worse over the year, but I reckon popping,
but not worse than when you started.
Yeah, that's true. I would like to take a house class soon, but yeah. But yeah, I think popping has definitely improved. Focusing on the late timing and holding, and I feel like popping is where I'm at.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
What what advice would you give to somebody else that wanted to do a self-imposed, self-developmental challenge of this nature?
Okay. It depends on the duration. Work out how long it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I recommend planning the days, because there were so many days that I would just wake up and be like, what do I need to train? And if you know what you're doing every day, then you should be fine. So say if you're doing press ups every day, you'll know. How would you progressively overload the amount of press ups you're gonna do? And how would you make it more of a challenge, really? I think, and if I compare it to, for example, Paradox's challenge, I think that's probably the best dance challenge out there, because it's only 30 days.
Yeah.
It's still quite a long time, but he's set out a plan on what you have to train.
Yeah.
So I reckon that do that first before you.
It's useful.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do that.
But I want to ask, what's the secret to your amazing staying power?
Sorry? What do
The
you mean?
secret to your staying power, your ability to maintain consistency over a long period of time, because you've done a year of meditation and a year of dance.
Yep.
And you found a rhythm, come rain or shine, that you managed to maintain. Where does that come from?
Well, I'll tell you, my first year at university, my maths tutor actually told me, you don't have to be consistently perfect, you only have to be consistently excellent. So there are a good few of my videos are not perfect at all, but that's how I was feeling on the day, and that's why I would still keep going, really, and I wouldn't stop.
Powerful, man. Are you still in contact with that person?
With that teacher?
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to him, because Open University is just, you study and you get on with your life, and I would love to have kept him. Well, I have emailed him, but I don't know, it's been a while. I do want to keep in contact. That's good.
Yeah.
Good idea. I'll message him. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been here with your boy the TDA. We've been in discussion with the man, Jonathan Banerjee. Posted a dance video on his Instagram. Obviously, we'll link to that stuff every single day, 365 days. Jay, your staying power and focus and dedication to a task is a true inspiration to all of us. Like, it doesn't matter what you do in life, but like the dude stuck it out. In like I mentioned earlier, in an era where things are fast, we get them done, we get them over with. People are in a rush to get things and achieve things. Jonathan has shown real consistency, patience with himself and with the process. And dude, I'm in huge admiration. So I want to say, no, real rap.
Yeah.
This is why I wanted to talk with you, because what you've done is so far away from the norm that I wanted to show some appreciation for that.
Thank you so much.
Man's posting on his gram where everyone's like, many people are worried about making sure that what they post is says a certain thing, whatever their standards may be, says a certain thing. Jonathan, his message was, here it all is, come get it. And mad props to you for that, bro. So,
Damien, thank you for having me in your new house as
thank
well.
you, bro. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Easily moved.
Yeah. Anything else you want to finish with, Jay?
No. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for having me. And I think next year is just going to be primarily focusing on university. And I think that's one of the things that I wanted to. Why I started this challenge as well was. I wanted to see if it was possible to study whilst dance every day, and technically it is possible, but I'm going to be focusing on studying this year.
All right.
Primarily. Yeah.
All right. If you want to catch him, people, you got to be nimble because Jay's on some movements.
I'm out and about.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank
Have
you.
an awesome day. We'll see you on the next one.
See you.